Follow the trend, tend to benefit while avoiding harm. Hello everyone, this is Mr. D. In this video, I will introduce Zhun Gua, which is the difficulty hexagram. The difficulty hexagram has three main meanings: difficulty, stay, and accumulation. The first one is difficulty. The creative hexagram and the receptive hexagram reacted to each other to form all things, and then all things began to grow. This kind of difficulty in the difficulty hexagram is the difficulty in the growth of life at the very beginning. The second is the meaning of staying and lingering. You can understand the state of the difficulty hexagram because of difficulties. The third is accumulation. When people stay somewhere because of difficulties, these people will inevitably begin to accumulate energy. Because people stayed in a certain place, the village was formed in this way, so the difficulty hexagram also means village. The outside of the difficulty hexagram is the water trigram, and the inside is thunder trigram. The water trigram has the meaning of a trap. The thunder trigram has a meaning of an action. The situation expressed by the difficulty hexagram is that because there are dangers or traps outside, we now need to hide inside, wait for the opportunity to come, and then act. As long as we don't act blindly, the trap outside is our barrier. But if we act rashly, the trap or danger will trap us and even hurt us. When you are predicting the development of things, you get the difficulty hexagram. Although we are facing difficulties and challenges, these difficulties are not invincible. We now just need to focus on accumulating strength and advantages. When your situation is like the difficulty hexagram, although reckless behavior will cause you to fail into a crisis. But if we just stay still and do nothing, there will be no achievement in this way. At this stage, we should work hard to consolidate our foundation and cultivate our own strength. If you are predicting a short-term event, this situation is very dangerous for you. Although spring is after winter, but you must live through winter, or you will never see spring. On important matters, the length of time of energy accumulation represented by the difficulty hexagram may even have to wait until the next generation. In the situation of the difficulty hexagram, you must have strong enough resistance to pressure and executive force, and you must act decisively. If you are indecisive and unable to handle the pressure, then you will be in danger. The sequence of the hexagrams of the difficulty hexagram is 迎天地之间者为万物，故受之以尊。尊者迎也，尊者物之始生也。What fills the space between heaven and earth is all things. So after the creative hexagram and the receptive hexagram, it is the difficulty hexagram, which means filled, and it also means that everything begins to grow. The judgment of the difficulty hexagram is 尊，元亨利贞，勿用有攸往，利剑侯。尊 the Chinese name of the difficulty hexagram. Difficulty, accumulate, village. Yuan, fundamental, the head of state, the original, the source. Heng, unobstructed, come together, smoothly, gathering. Li, beneficial, suitable. Zhen, true, chastity, the right thing, perseverance, firm, make the divination of very important events. Wu, no. This Chinese character often used to express a negative. Yong, use, function, action. You, have. You, article a and the, distant, long term, sailing on water or at sea. Wang, going somewhere, toward, past, contact. Li, beneficial, suitable. Jian, building, establish. Propose, Chinese place name, Fujian. Hou, the second-class title of nobility in ancient China, a person belonging to the nobility. Chinese place name, Minhou. The interpretation for this whole sentence is staying in place, accumulating many good conditions. It is advantageous to continue to persist. Don't travel far. It is advantageous to establish vessel. The establishment of vessel is a metaphor. It means to build a defensive barrier, to resist difficulties, or to arrange contacts to prepare for future actions. The water trigram outside the difficulty hexagram represents the danger of a trap. If you act blindly, you will encounter that danger of a trap. But if you stay still and the enemy sees this danger of a trap, they can't come and hurt you. Nine at the beginning of the difficulty hexagram is 盘桓, 立居真, 利剑侯. 盘, huge rock. 桓, surname of Chinese name, huge wooden pillars. 利, beneficial, suitable. 居, resident, residence. Dwell, regard eyes, accumulate, stagnate. 真, true, chastity, the right thing, perseverance, firm, make the divination of very important events. 利, beneficial, suitable. 建, building, establish, propose, Chinese place name, Fujian. Hou, the second-class title of nobility in ancient China, a person belonging to the nobility. Chinese place name, Minhou. There are two interpretations for this whole sentence. First, there are huge stones and pillars, and the foundation is very stable. It is advantageous to continue to persist and to establish vessel. Second, hovering without advancing, it is advantageous to continue to persist and to establish vessel. This line is the first line of the difficulty hexagram, which is where the difficulty hexagram begins. This is a good time to build a foundation. Six in the second place of the difficulty hexagram is 尊如瞻如乘马班如匪寇婚购女子真不自10年乃自 尊, the Chinese name of the difficulty hexagram. Difficulty, be stationed, accumulate, village. 如, according to, similar to, bear comparison with. Exceed, take an example, arrive at, model particle. 瞻, change direction, difficult to walk, bad situation. Poor, 如, according to, similar to, bear comparison with. Exceed, take an example, arrive at, model particle. Cheng, read, under the cover of. Multiplication, 4 horses pulled a cart. General history books. 马 horse, unit of counting. 班 transfer, recall. Upper troop, organization of many people, a certain period of time during the day. Basic military establishment, driving at a specified time. 如 according to, similar to, bear comparison with. Exceed, take an example, arrive at. Model particle. 匪 bandit, adverb means negation. 寇 bandit, enemy. 婚 get married. 购 get married, be friendly with. Copulation. 女 female, daughter, delicate, marry your daughter to someone else. 子 son, seed, animal eggs, young, small hard particles, a man of virtue and learning. Model particle, the terrestrial branch 子, ancient time points, the 4th class title of nobility in ancient China. 真 true, chastity, the right thing, perseverance, firm, make the divination of very important events. 不 no, this Chinese character often used to express a negative. 字 text, sign a note, calligraphy work, betroth one's daughter to, a nickname given to each of the ancients of China. 10 10 means to reach a peak. 年 year, yearly, period, Chinese festival. 乃 is, whereupon, to be able, unexpectedly. Yours 字 text, sign a note, calligraphy work, betroth one's daughter to, a nickname given to each of the ancients of China. There are 2 interpretations for this whole sentence. First, wandering in place and not moving forward, riding a horse, spinning around in place. Those who come were not robbers but come to propose. The woman has never conceived and had children because she is guarding her chastity. 10 years later, the woman got married and gave birth to a child. Second, wandering in place and not moving forward, riding a horse, spinning around in place. She didn't get married because the robbers stopped her. The woman has never conceived and had children because she is guarding her chastity. 10 years later, the woman got married and gave birth to a child. Although the 2 interpretations are quite different, the meaning of this sentence emphasizes the difficulty of things. 10 years represents a long period of time, and things need a long wait and management to finally have a result. Riding a horse reflects the eagerness for success. But even if you ride a horse, you can only spin around. 6 in the 3rd place of the difficulty hexagram is 记录无余，唯入林中，君子己不如舍，罔吝。记 near, contact, launch out into, reach, at present, even though. 路 deer, regime, the foot of a hill. Bumble box, simple and crude. 无 haven't, this Chinese character often used to express a negative. 愚 speculate, predict, anxious, deceive, hunting officer. 为 soul, contemplation, auxiliary word. 入 enter into, join, accord with, income, 鱼 at, helping verb, 林 forest, forestry, a person or thing of the same kind gathered together, 中 center, inside, medium, China, be suitable for, 君子 son of emperor, man of high social status, man of strong moral sense, 几 question word, ask about the number, imperceptible, dangerous, 不 no, this Chinese character often used to express a negative, 如 according to, similar to, bear comparison with, exceed, take an example, arrive at, model particle, 舍 house, home for domestic animals, abandon, give in charity. In ancient China, 15,000 meters is 1 舍. 往 going somewhere, toward, past, contact, lean, niggardly, difficulty, remorse. The interpretation for this whole sentence is chasing wild deer without the leader of hunting officer, so that you will only be trapped in the mountains and forests. The gentleman is in danger, so it is better to give up. There will be difficulties moving forward. Hunting officers, the officials in charge of mountains, forests, birds, and beasts in ancient China. Hunting officer is very familiar with the terrain of the mountains and forests, which are under their control. It is easy to get lost if you enter the forest to hunt without the leadership of the hunting officer. Sixth in the fourth place of the difficulty hexagram is 乘马班如求婚购往即无不利乘 read under the cover of multiplication 4 horses pulled a cart general history books 马 horse unit of counting 班 transfer recall upper troop organization of many people a certain period of time during the day basic military establishment driving at a specified time 如 according to similar to bear comparison with exceed take an example arrive at model particle 求 request demand pursue requirement 婚 get married go get married be friendly with copulation 往 going somewhere toward past contact 吉 luckiness good thing good omen 无 haven't this Chinese character often used to express a negative 不 no this Chinese character often used to express a negative 利 beneficial suitable The interpretation for this whole sentence is riding a horse, spinning around in place. If you go to propose marriage, going there is auspicious. There is no disadvantage. The meaning of this sentence is easy to understand. Don't hesitate to do what you want to. Just do it, and the result must be good. 9 in the 5th place of the difficulty hexagram is 尊其高小真吉大真凶尊 The Chinese name of the difficulty hexagram difficulty be stationed accumulate village 其 personal pronoun demonstrative pronoun 高 fat fat meat pasty fertile lubrication 小 small the opposite of large short time self-depreciatory expression, concubine. 真 true, chastity, the right thing, perseverance, firm, make the divination of very important events. 吉 luckiness, good thing, good omen. 大 big, magnanimous, ancient Chinese official titles. Doctor, bandit chief. 真 true, chastity, the right thing, perseverance, firm, make the divination of very important events. 凶 crime, tyrannical, the act of hurting others. Deep, ominous, farmers have a poor harvest. There are two interpretations for this whole sentence. First, the accumulated food is for yourself to enjoy. If the prediction is trivial, then the result is auspicious. If the prediction is a major event, then the result is ominous. Second, if you don't reward your subordinates, persist on a small scale, the result will be auspicious. Persist on big scale, the result will be ominous. As I said in the previous video, the fifth position is the position of the king. Although the emperor has very great powers, the emperor is now caught in the difficulty of the water trigram. He is surrounded by wild characters, so he can only do small things, not big things. There is another way of saying that the emperor only knows to satisfy his own desires, gather food and enjoy it by himself, but doesn't know how to distribute this food to the common people. There is nothing wrong to do small things in this way, but doing big things will definitely lead to bad results. Six at the top of the difficulty hexagram is 乘马班如, 气血连如. 乘 ride, under the cover of multiplication. 4 horses pulled a cart, general history books. 马 horse, unit of counting. 班 transfer, recall, upper troop, organization of many people, a certain period of time during the day. Basic military establishment, driving at a specified time. 如 according to, similar to, bear comparison with. Exceed, take an example, arrive at, model particle. 气 cry, tears. 血 blood, blood relation, strong in character. 连 ripples, tears keep streaming, imperceptible. Place name. 如 according to, similar to, bear comparison with. Exceed, take an example, arrive at, model particle. The interpretation for this whole sentence is riding a horse, spinning around in place, crying, bloody tears kept streaming down. This is the last line of the difficulty hexagram. Although the result is not good, the new journey is about to begin. The upper trigram of the difficulty hexagram is the water trigram, which means water and blood. Subscribe. Be your own prophet.